Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Animal Crossing video. It's wonderful to see you all again after such a long time. I want to apologise for the late video. I have been going through a few personal issues, and with work and everything, my life over the last couple of months has actually gotten a lot busier than it was back in the summer. However, as England is now back on a lockdown until at least December, I now have a lot of time on my hands, so I want to welcome you back to my Animal Crossing video and my channel. I hope that you've all been well since the last video, and I hope you've all been staying safe. So let's get started. So today's video is actually an island tour. Now, as you can see from my map here, you may have noticed that I have done actually quite a lot of work to my island. In fact, I would say about 90 to 95% of Serenitas is actually finished. Since my last video, I decided that I wanted to do a lot of stuff to my island off camera, and I thought, well, why not show you what I've been up to, and why not give you a unfinished island tour. Basically, all that's left to do is the beaches and a few decorations on some of the terraformed cliffs. I am still changing things around, so once I've finished everything, then I will upload a dream address and maybe I'll upload an updated tour. But I thought I would like to show you what I've been up to since the last video and just give you a tour around the island together, because you've never seen it all together, just in fragmented parts. So let's get started. So the first area that we're looking at is actually the entrance. Now, I absolutely love my entrance. As you probably saw from the flyover, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm just taking you up the cliffs now as well, just to show you that I do decorate and terraform and put flowers and objects up on the cliffs, even though sometimes you can't actually see them from some angles. I was a bit hesitant what I wanted to do around these areas, but I thought, you know, you don't want to leave these areas empty either. So I did do a lot of decorating on the cliffs. And right next to the entrance is actually a vista and Nook's Cranny. The main point about Serenitas is that I wanted to create lots of really beautiful natural vistas. So there are lots of waterfalls, lots of terraforming, lots of flowers and weeds and trees. I wanted to keep my island quite natural, and I also wanted to put my Nook's Cranny in an area that was convenient for me and convenient for any visitors to my island too, so it's right next to the entrance. I also do love the open space as well, and please ignore the flowers on the beach. Like I said, I have yet to actually decorate my beaches, so it's just flower storage at the moment. But I do absolutely love our Nook's Cranny. I think it turned out really well. I did this off camera too, back in July, I think. And again, I'm just showing off some more of like the cliff vistas. I wanted it to feel like, you know, you were going through a hidden island with lots of secret trails and lots of paths to take. So there are lots of areas where there are more than one way to go. So this is like leads to the beach and a Nook's Cranny and back to the plaza and then onto the Enchanted Forest, for instance. So as you can see here, you might remember this area from the plaza build I did. Sorry, I'm a bit foggy-headed because I don't remember a lot of things and I've been so busy lately, but this is the plaza. As you can see, again, the terraforming, which you may or may not remember, I showed off in the video back in July or August. It's been a while, but here's a bit more of a closer detail to the terraforming I did. Now, I'm so super happy with how this turned out, because I think it just looks beautiful, and I absolutely love this time of year on my island. I really do love the autumn colours alongside the lush greens and the different coloured trees. So I think when I upload my dream address, I am going to keep it as like an autumn time, because I just think it actually works so well for this island. So you might remember this as well. This is the Fairy Core Village, Lolly's area. I've also added the beach here too, because I have made a start. It is a little pottery area and a spa too. I got some ideas off Instagram and I thought I would put them here, but this is probably like a third of the beach done. I've got a whole stretch of beach left to do, so that's going to be fun because I really don't know where to go next. Now, going on from Lolly's house, Meringue is above Lolly's house, as you can see here, and when we just go through the little trail across here, and we end up in the Fairies Grotto, which is just the tree stumps surrounding a fire pit. Again, a lot of the use of the path. I did absolutely love using this path. I think it makes such a difference to the island when you have like a statement such as that, so you don't have to decorate so much. So I think it does it for you. But this area again has got stunning vistas, I think. I just love the colours of this area. And then of course if you come all the way through here, you've just got some little areas just to have a look at, some more vistas, and then you've got the little seating area which overlooks the plaza, which you can see from the other side too. Again, I think the main object I used on my island was definitely a combination between the mush lamps and the bamboo grass, just because I loved the mush lamps and I do love the bamboo grass, and it just gives such a like vibrant colour and life to the island, and I just love them so much. This is Molly's area. I think you may remember this as well from the Fairy Grotto build. Molly has her own little house and her own little area, and then leading on from the Fairy Grotto we have the Enchanted Forest, which is absolutely one of my most favourite places on my island. I just love the area here. I just love how it's just nature and there's not a lot going on, but it's just trees and flowers and the path and the mush lamps, and I just think it's so beautiful. And Beau does live here too. He lives on the hilltop up there. But I do absolutely love this area. It's definitely one of my most favourite builds I've done, and definitely one of my most favourite areas on my island. You also have a little picnic spot too, and then if you just go up here you can get access to Meringue's house, which I think is quite nice, because then it's like you have to go there to get up to Meringue's house, so you see a lot more of the island rather than being given easy access to one or the other. And you can see as well I've done some more decorating on top of the cliffs too. Up here is Beau's house. I really like his area too. Again, very natural, just lots of trees and flowers. I wanted to keep things quite simple. Lots of mush furniture too. I do love the mushroom items, and it really works well in the autumn season, so I'm really happy with how it looks now. And right next to this area is of course the Mermaids Beach, which I'll show you in a second, but just giving you a quick overview of how it looks in the camera. And then here we have like Mermaids Cove, I think I called it, which I absolutely love. This is my most favourite beach so far because it's actually complete. So I used a lot of the shell items, a lot of pink and purple flowers too, and I absolutely love this area as well because it's just so colourful and so vibrant, and it's also nice because it contrasts with the Enchanted Forest area. So you've got like two versions of the path next to each other, and then like completely two different sets of items. So you have like more foresty items contrasted with like beach items. Sorry, I can't speak. But I do love the beach, and I love this area on the island as a whole. It looks really nice in photos too, so I'm really pleased with how this area turned out on my island. Now coming back, we are back in the plaza, so as you can see we have got two entrances which lead to the museum area. However, I'm going to take the main entrance because I want to take you down to the campsite. As you can see from here, I did do all of this off camera. I said I was going to decorate this area off camera, and I did. So this area leads to the museum and to the left hand side of the island as well as the campsite. I do love the Trees Bounty arch as well. I absolutely love that arch. And down here is the secret path which leads to the campsite. As you might remember, this is like a fishing spot and a campsite. This is absolutely like one of my most favourite areas on my island too, simply because I just love how cottagecore it looks. And as you can see from the camera angle, you know, you've got really nice like items, lots of clutter, every space has been utilised. Nobody really comes to this beach because it is so cluttered, so I don't see any villagers here, but when the campsite is being occupied, it looks so nice, and I'm really pleased with how this turns out. Every time I come back here, I'm really happy with my campsite area. It's definitely like an improvement on the last campsite area I had on my previous island. You can also see here as well, I did do a lot of decorating on the cliffs. I can't actually access these cliffs anymore because I have cluttered them completely, but everything is decorated on the top, so if anyone ever was to go up there, you would find items and flowers and everything. Over here we've got a little lake, and again we've got the museum area, which is the big museum plaza full of trees and museum items and lush greenery and flowers, and I absolutely love this area. I think I was so happy with how this looked at the end. It really came out really well, and I love how the paths contrast with each other again. As you can see here, I used a lot of like fossils and like bug themed items as well as statues just to add that whole museum layering, but you remember that from my speed build probably. But I do love this, and I love how it looks in the autumn as well. Really, really nice. And then behind the museum, of course, we have got the access to the second fairy core village. A little viewpoint here, which is really sweet, I think. It's nice, and all the land separated from each other. And then we have got Marshall's house first, which I absolutely love. I love his little garden as well. And then we've got Sylvana's and Sherry's, I think she's called. I don't want to say Cherry because there is another villager called Cherry, so I think it's Sherry. I love this fairy core village so much. Again, the colours and the items, and it does feel really lived in as well, because a lot of the villagers actually do come and meet here and they sit around and they're talking to each other. So I'm really pleased that this plaza village area actually worked and it's actually being used as a village too. If you come across the bridge here as well, you end up back at the fairy grotto too. So there's lots of access to the middle and right hand side of the island. The only problem, which I didn't realise until I'd finished everything, is that there is only one point of access to the left hand side of the island, so there's a lot of walking to get around to everything. But I don't mind that so much. Over here you've got another little plaza. I did this off camera as well. I'm really happy with how this turned out too. I absolutely love the whole combination of objects. The like Stonehenge and the mush lamps and the trees and the items, lots of like butterfly models too. I just wanted this area to feel like you're leading onto a museum, but it also feels kind of like natural and almost a little bit abandoned too, sort of like, I don't know, rustic life, rustic cottage, I think. But this I really love as well, and I love the fact that everything just seems to work so well for nature. I think I'm really pleased with how that looks. And I didn't really want to overload my island with objects either, because actually this area turns out to be the laggiest part of my island. You've also got another little access point to the campsite, and then you've got another little vista point here. I do love my vista points. Now you probably remember from the last speed build the shop area and the little farm, which I did build before there was the autumn update, so it's still just a non-usable farm with a honey pit, not honey pit, the honeybees and everything. So this is just like a little shop area and a little farm. I did this for my last speed build, which I just said, but I do love how this area looks. Again, there's lots of vistas, lots of colour. I wanted this area to feel very vibrant as well, to match the rest of the island. Again, please ignore the flowers on the beach. Those beaches have not yet been touched at all. And then if you go to the left, you've got like a little not a little campsite, a little cafe, and the fortune tellers. Oh my goodness, I can't speak today. The fortune cookie cart. And again, lots of use of the bamboo grass as well. Now the next area to show you is the beginning of basically where I have done everything off camera. So here is where we begin to see things that I've done without updating or anything. So basically this is the first of 3 mushroom garden, not mushroom, oh my goodness, I really can't speak today. One of 3 pumpkin patches. I love the pumpkin update and the Halloween update, so I wanted to create like pumpkin farms, and which could be used all year round. So I used a lot of the Halloween furniture but turned it around so you wouldn't be able to see it. You've also got Lucky's house in the back. He lives on his own. He has like his own little plateau where he lives on his own with his own pumpkin patch. I really love the colours as well. And then over here you've got like a little secret grotto where there's like a fishing hole and some mossy garden furniture, and then you have the other pumpkin patch. You'll also see as well that there was a pumpkin carving station, which I did put up for Halloween. I've yet to remove it because I haven't had the time to actually sit down and think what I want to put there instead, which will still go with the whole autumnal vibe. I think I might put like a mushroom farm or some mushroom furniture there, but for the time being you've got the jack-o'-lanterns, which I think look really nice, and I absolutely love how the colours work. You've also got here my most favourite area like for like trees, because it's like a orchard walkway, and then you've got Lucky's area up here. And I love his house too, and where he lives, and the little fences and everything. I think it's really sweet. Ignore that area in the back too, that is still a work in progress. But as you can see, we're beginning to get into an area where things are not entirely finished. So the terraforming on the left hand side here is undecorated because I haven't yet to do that. But on the right we have like a nice like posh garden area, like dining area as well, which is completely unusable, but I think it looks nice. And then coming across the bridge, you've got basically what is my area. So you've got a little painting station there. I've also been toying with a rock garden too, which is like 60-70% done. There are still 2 rocks which won't spawn, which is annoying me, but I think it's coming together. The little rock garden area, I wanted to do this, so I'm going to try and get that to work properly. I will put a statue in the middle too when it is finished. And then if you just come all the way through here, you can see nothing's decorated here. And then on my peninsula, it's just like a little cluttered cottage core area. I just wanted to put some more pumpkins and just some random like outside furniture. I think it turned out really nice for an area which I had no idea what I wanted to do with. And then just behind here you've got another little pumpkin patch and some more like random items. Again, this is all still a work in progress, so don't pay too much attention to that, it's probably going to change. Lots of butterfly models too. And then you've got the 3rd pumpkin patch here, which I've also put in the green mums. I think it works so well. I absolutely love this pumpkin patch. This is like my own private garden. You can see better from the camera angle here because it's not entirely visible, but I just love how it looks. And then just behind the archway you've got my house. This I wanted to keep like hidden in the forest, so very natural, very simple, but using a lot of the same items that I've been using throughout. Again, you can see that I do need to decorate, so please excuse that. So here you've got the little painting station again. I didn't really know what to put here, so I think that worked out really well. And then you've got like a little cafe, like chill spot there, which is really cute too. Just keeping it very simple. And then through here you've got access to the other side of the pumpkin patch, which you can't actually access from the other side because I blocked it off with a scarecrow. Again, more vistas, lots of waterfalls. I went a bit crazy with the waterfalls on my island this time round. I do love a waterfall. And then through here you have the secret beach, which I think is okay for the time being. I didn't really know what I wanted to do here because it's not very big, but I think I'm okay with how it looks. I'll probably go back to it later, but for now it's fine. And then up here you've got the second, well not the second, sorry, the final residential area. This is where Wolfgang and Diana live. Now I'm not 100% sure I like this area, so this area will probably still change, but for the time being I'm quite happy. It's not finished either, so as you can see Wolfgang's area is completely undone, but Diana's area is actually 100% finished. So she's got a pink and white theme, which I think is absolutely gorgeous, and I love her little hyacinth farm I did as well. I wanted to use the rest of like the cherry blossom items too and combine it with like the mush lamps and everything, but I'm really happy with how this area turned out. Wolfgang's is still a work in progress. And that's pretty much about it really. That's the island. I really think it's coming together. I'm really sorry as well that I didn't actually show a lot of this on speed builds. I wasn't really feeling inspired, and a lot of the stuff that you see built here I did actually do over the course of like 4 or 5 days for one area basically, because you know sometimes you're doing something and then you have an idea and then you do it a bit and then the next minute you're like, oh actually I don't really like how this looks, so you leave it and then you come back to it. So that's basically what I did. However, I do hope that you enjoy this tour of my island. I want to say as well that I will be finishing it off camera and I might upload 1 or 2 more speed builds. I think I'll do 1 more speed build before the island is completely done. And then I will actually upload a dream address because I have yet to do that, and I would love you to come and see my island and see it for yourself, because I can't explain very properly and I don't explain it very well, so you'll have to come and let me know what you think. But anyway, I want to say thank you so much for watching this video, and it's really lovely to see you all again. I hope to see you all very soon. I'm sure I will, so please keep your eyes out for the next video. I hope that you're all staying safe and I will see you all soon. Bye for now!